Test. Greetings, everybody. Happy Friday, okay? Welcome to another episode of the WTF show, the What the Friday show. What's today's date? The 5th? It's September 5th, 2025. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? As you're coming in, please like the video. I greatly appreciate it. That is your admission fee. Pay your admission fee. Happy Friday, boo. Welcome. All right. I'm gonna give everybody a minute or two to roll on in here, let YouTube send out the notifications and all that good stuff. How's everybody feeling on this Friday? Y'all ready for the weekend? Yeah, everybody all right? You feeling all right? As you can see, I am in a fantastic mood as usual. This week has been full of shenanigans. For all of the people who are new here, What the Friday is usually a weekly show where I go live and pretty much discuss all of the shenanigans that took place for the week, trending topics, hot topics, things that I find interesting, etc. So happy Friday, everybody. We got Cardi B on the lineup. She's been making waves and trending all week. Who else we got on the lineup? Diddy. He's still trying to get out. All right. Some interesting updates regarding his case. Who else we got? Little Boosie's son was arrested. I'm going to get into that. And Charleston White seems to be happy about it. And we got Latto and Ice Spice. Did you guys get an opportunity to listen to Latto and Ice Spice's new song? I did, and I'm going to share my thoughts. All right. So how far? We're 3 minutes in. I think now is a good time to get started. So before we get into those juicier topics, I saw this on the internet this week, and I thought it was extremely interesting. Okay. So there were a group of girls, and they pretty much forced their cousin, or they had an intervention with their cousin because he was a deadbeat, right? So the video actually went viral because he hasn't been taking care of his kids. So his female cousins pretty much sat him down and told him ain't gonna be no deadbeats in this family. He got a hold of his son after a few weeks or what have you, and he showed up, and I guess he tried to be a dad. This is interesting. I want y'all to watch the video. Let me share the screen. I want y'all to watch the video, and I'm gonna give my thoughts. Lord have mercy. Me and this StreamYard be going at it. All right, y'all. Like to hit. Here you go.
For Operation Undeadbeat Our Cousin. Alrighty. So today we had an intervention with him, and he has come to the conclusion that he is about to start taking care of his kid, right? Right? Okay, so far, show him what you got. Well, let me take the filter off. Hold on. Okay, let me see what you got. Okay. Halloween. Okay. Period. Okay. And we got some milk.
Milk? That's nasty.
He didn't want to get the $50 milk because why? He's doing the bare minimum.
He said he's doing the bare minimum for his child. He created that.
So we just finished getting the bottles and all of that. So Daniel, how do you feel?
Pretty normal.
I got a whole lot to say, y'all. Just watch the video.
Do you feel like a better person?
I feel like a better father figure.
Okay, period. That was just phase 1 of the plan. Phase 2, he actually has to go take it to the baby and see his child for the first time. So come along with us. So we just finished getting the bottles and all of that. So Daniel, how do you feel?
Pretty normal.
Unless we get some.
Do you feel like a better person?
I feel like a better father figure.
Okay, period.
He feel like a better father.
And that was just phase 1 of the plan. Phase 2, he actually has to go take it to the baby and see his child for the first time. So stay tuned for that. And now Daniel buying everybody food. That boy done pulled up in the work truck to see it, baby. I know that's real. How do you feel? Go wash them, bitch. Yeah, wash them good, huh? It's like a full circle moment. Operation No More Deadbeat. You're not a deadbeat anymore. You are the fucking father.
Yeah, that's your son. Camera real quick.
How you feel seeing your daddy for the first time? Is it what you expected? Now I can ask, how do you feel?
I feel good, feel real fatherly,
Oh, I love it. Period.
That boy done pulled up in the work
So yeah, that's that on
for
that.
operation.
So I think that his cousins did a great job. First of all, it's a crying shame that your girl cousins have to basically force you to not be a deadbeat. I think that's absolutely insane. However, I do like the fact that his cousins basically had an intervention, called him to the carpet, called him out, and let him know that ain't no deadbeats in this family. Okay. So weeks later, so the caption reads, weeks later, Daniel finally got to hold his son. And the mother basically dropped him off to the family's house while she went to work. And his cousin proudly filmed the moment, saying that they feel like a proud parent. But the child's mother is now shutting it down, writing, and he won't be seeing him again. So y'all better take advantage of this video. He got my boyfriend. He been there since the womb. So the mother apparently has a boyfriend who has been there for the baby since she was pregnant. I'm going to tell you the flip side of this for me. Yeah, this is all cute and everything, but I'm going to tell you something. Some of these men are absolutely bat-ish crazy, all right? And I'm not a fan of forcing anything, not people to be around people, not forcing my hooves into no small shoes, nothing. I'm not a fan of forcing anything into or onto anything. Yes, he is the biological father, and yes, he should be a parent. But the truth of the matter is, some people don't give a damn. That's the real world that we living in. And the reason why this is a little bit sketchy to me is because we see a lot of instances where men they don't want to be with the mother of their child. They don't want their children. So they get frustrated. They don't want to handle the responsibility, and they end up doing something harmful, if not fatal, to the child. I should have pulled this story up. There was a story circulating of a father who was with his son. He was on the video game. The father was on a video game. The son was quote unquote getting on his nerves. So what did he do? I think the son was 20 months old, the article said, and he punched his own son in his stomach, so much so that it lacerated his internal organs, because the 20-month-old was quote unquote getting on the father's nerves. So see, I like the fact that, like I said, the sisters, they his cousins, his girl cousins basically gave him an intervention and held him accountable. But I'm not a proponent of forcing anything. Friendships, relationships, shoes on hooves, forcing into jeans, nothing. I'm just not a fan of it. So I feel like people should be very careful. Yeah, people should be very, very careful. And I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. All right, who is up next, y'all? Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. I'm very dramatic, but you know what? I don't trust people, and people oftentimes show how inherently wicked they are. So yeah, you got to be very, very careful. It's all cute because he's filming it, but some people in the comments were saying that they don't think that the guy Daniel likes girls, but that's a whole nother story for another day. All right, moving along. Now this is something really interesting. It's always something going on in the state of Florida. Okay, so check this out. Florida, right? They're now one of 14 states where schools can legally use physical discipline. Parents must opt in before corporal punishment is used on their child. So Florida passed a controversial new law that lets parents decide if their child can be spanked at school. Under the change, corporal punishment is only allowed if the school district has an official policy and the parent gives written consent at the start of the year or before it happens. That means not every school will use it, but in the ones that do, parents now have the final say. So Florida remains one of only 14 states that still allow corporal punishment in public schools, even as many across the country have banned it. Supporters frame it as quote unquote parental choice, but critics are pointing out the double standard. Parents can face child abuse charges for spanking their own kids at home, yet schools are being handed the green light to do it. And I agree with that. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody spanking mine. Ain't nobody spanking mine. And I'm going to tell you something. This is a recipe for disaster, and I'm curious to see how many parents are actually going to give their permission for this to take place. And I'm going to tell you something. I hope that these kids haul off and DDT some of these teachers, because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these teachers are bullies. A lot of them are bullies. I understand that educators in this country, teachers, whatever you want to call them this week, are overworked and underpaid. But there are a lot of adults who take on these teaching roles for the money. They have no passion, and I get it. I understand kids can be unruly. These kids are disrespectful. I get it. But there are some people who take on this role because they want to bully children. Okay. And I just can't wait to see how this pans out. I think this is absolutely positively stupid. I think that instead of passing these stupid laws to try to get adults to abuse children, I think that there should be programs that are money that goes towards programs that are implemented into the schools for mental health counseling. I think that teachers, definitely the ones who take their job seriously and are passionate, I think that teachers should definitely be paid way more than they are paid now. But I think that this is a recipe for disaster. And yes, there is a double standard. If I decide to discipline my child physically, right, I can be taken to jail and I can have my child removed from my home. But you guys are going to hand these people over a paddle and expect parents to give consent to discipline their children. No, school is not a place for children to be physically disciplined. This is not jail. Like, this is slowly transitioning into like a jail. And I'm not feeling it. A lot of these schools need a lot. They need a lot of training. These teachers and these educators and administrative staff, they need training. These kids need supplies. These kids need programs. There's a lot that these children need, and this is what you focus on, because this is what you think will get these kids to quote unquote straighten up and fly right. Absolutely not. I think this is a bad idea, and I think that this is stupid. And like I said, ain't nobody spanking mine. Okay. And all of my child's teachers, I'm one of them parents that's very hands-on. Okay. I know the teachers. We communicate when need be. You see my face. You see my serious attitude. I show you respect. You show me and my child respect. And yeah, we have an understanding. I'm one of those mamas. Now, I'm not one of them black mamas that go around making excuses for my kid, because I don't have behavioral issues. Thank you, Lord, with my child, with my beautiful child. Okay. However, I do let these teachers know, respectfully, of course, and professionally, but sternly, that yeah, if there's an issue, you communicate with me. Okay. You don't take out your anger on my child. Right. Because I've seen teachers do this when I went to school, and I've seen teachers do this when I was out of school. So some of these adults are straight bullies. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. But nobody wasn't bullying me, honey. None of these teachers was bullying me when we was in school. Now, why my screen look all black? What I done did now, y'all. All right, here we go. All right, who's up next? I tell you, this StreamYard be giving me the blues. There's so many updates. Oh Lord, y'all. Mike Tyson about to get in the ring again. Mike Tyson is about to fight, and who is he about to fight? His nephew Floyd Mayweather. Lord have mercy. Who keep putting this man in the ring? Does Mike Tyson have bills to pay? It's official, y'all. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather will go head to head in 2026 in an exhibition fight. Okay. Boxing, past and present, are set to collide as Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather agree to a blockbuster fight. The fight is slated for spring 2026 and will be produced by CSI Sports and Fight Sports. While the exact date and location remain under wraps, the fight is already becoming a highly anticipated event. No, that's what I have to say. No. How old is Mike Tyson? Oh, Lord. Why is Mike Tyson still fighting? I don't know. Let's see what these comments are saying. At this point, they are making a mockery of boxing. Yeah, I agree. Mike is 59 and Floyd is 48. Please stop. Somebody in the comments on Twitter, was it Twitter or was it on Instagram, said that Mike Tyson gonna be fighting Clarissa Shields next. I can't. He fought Jake Paul. Was it Jake Paul? And that was a mess. So I guess I don't know. This is probably just going to be for the money. I'm sure people are going to tune in, but I just don't think it's a good idea. It's a no for me, dog. It's a huge, absolute, positive no for me. All right, who's up next? Oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go. So Glorilla, not Glorilla, Ice Spice and Latto apparently put their differences aside, child, and they did a song together. It's called Gyat Gyat. Okay. If you know, you know, if you're up on today's slang, you know what Gyat means. And I seen a little piece of the video. I didn't watch the whole thing, and it's pretty much kind of like a WWF esque type of deal. They're in the ring, and I guess they're fighting each other or what have you. Now, these two were beefing not that long ago, and now they've come together and they're doing a song. So on Wednesday, September 3rd, a cover for a collab of the rappers hit the internet and had the people shook. It was initially speculated that the artist would drop the track Gat on Friday. Given their history and previous beef, many were unsure if the news was even real. However, the rappers shocked fans by confirming the record, releasing it early, and teasing that a music video is on the way. Reactions to the single are mixed. Some praised the collab while others weren't impressed, with one ex-user writing, Latto and Ice Spice just dropped a song and they could have kept it. A few even suspect that despite seemingly squashing their beef, the two may still be trading subliminal shots in the lyrics. I listened to the song. I listened to it twice. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no. I didn't like the beat. I didn't like the flow of either one of them. I didn't like anything about the song. I didn't. It was just not a hit to me. Now, I will say this. I have oftentimes said in the past, in past commentary, when it comes to female rap, that female rap beef is not ever lucrative for the female. I've said this many, many, many times. There's usually a manager, a producer behind the scenes getting money, but female rap beef, it doesn't really work out for the females because they can never really come together. Usually they don't come together after they've beefed to make a song. Much like, look at Jadakiss and oh my gosh, Beanie Siegel. If you know, you know. You know, back in the day, they had a beef. Back in the mixtapes, they were throwing shots at each other. It was epic. Jay-Z and Nas, okay? Who could forget? December 2001. My goodness. You know, Ether dropped. And they were going back and forth. Now, since then, Nas and Jay-Z are like business partners, I guess. I mean, they're friends. They're cool. And they're business partners. Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss, they just dropped the song. And they're supposed to be dropping a project, or the fans want a project. So, see, rap beef for men, it usually works out for them because eventually they end up coming together, squashing their beef, and you know, they both make money separately and together. You don't really see that with female rap beef, right? So I don't even really consider what they little spat beef, I guess, but whatever. But the song, I don't like it. To me, it's not good. It wasn't produced well. I don't think the way that they're rapping, you know, Ice Spice's flow and cadence, it's kind of off beat. It doesn't complement the beat. It just, to me, it's just not a good song. So this is what social media users had to say. Latto tricked Ice Spice into a collab so she could eat her up. Be careful who you call sister. They could have kept this. Someone else said, "What is that fake put on accent Latto does? It makes me cringe because it's so clear it's put on. Like, is she trying to sound hood? It's unbearably cringe." Big Spice, they whacking each other. Latto and Ice Spice just dropped a song. They could have kept it. Okay. It's a chop. A lot of people are not feeling it. Wait, I'm low-key bopping to this though. Some people like it. Ice was flowing. I don't think she was. It's a chop for me, dog. Same here. I love that Latto and Ice Spice squashed their beef and dropped the song together. It was so random, but I'm here for it. I think if they would have promoted this a little bit better, I don't know, it just, the song itself, they both look great in the little snippet of the video that I saw. They look good, but the song itself, it's just not to me, it's not a good song. And both of them separately, of course, have had great songs. So I don't know, like, what happened. Was this rushed? I don't know. It's just sloppy. It's not well put together, in my opinion. Like I said, if you haven't heard the song, take a listen and let me know what you think. Or if you have heard the song, let me know what you think. All right, let me get into these comments. Sorry, y'all. I agree. We should not force relationships. Yep, that was from the previous story. I agree as well. Da, 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 da. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Okay, you're not a fan of either of them, so you don't like Ice Spice and you don't like Latto. Okay, I respect it. I understand. The song was not good, y'all. And listen to me, I'm a hip hop head for real, for real, for real, for real. I grew up. I was a young teen in the golden era of hip hop in the 90s, or preteen, I should say. Well, not like tween. I was a tween, right? But yeah, I don't like the song. So I don't know if this was a publicity stunt. I don't know what they tried to accomplish. They looked great though. The visual, from what I've seen, they looked really good. They were recently on Kai Cenat's Mafia. I think he's still doing his Mafia-thon, right? And they were just sitting there, and then they got up and started twerking, and then it was just like, okay, yeah, whatever, I guess. I don't know. Just, where's the lyrics at? Like, where's the you know what it is? They need to start reading books. They really need to start reading books and become a little bit more well-versed in certain areas. Increase your vocabulary, because it's just not given. Make me, shock me a little bit. I don't know. But the Latto and Ice Spice, yeah, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me, dog. All right, who's up next? Oh boy, this was interesting. So Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club is a troll. I don't know if everybody realizes that, but he's a total troll. So they were having discussions. They were having a discussion about, how did the discussion start? I think they were talking about what Young Thug said about Glorilla being ugly. And then they were talking about Glorilla has hits and Glow is really popping. And then, of course, Charlemagne brings up Nicki Minaj, right? And see, oh my gosh, I hate this. I can't stand this type of stuff, but whatever. So then the talk turns into a comparison between Nicki Minaj and Glorilla. Charlemagne says that basically they could do like a versus 20 songs versus 20 songs. And Glorilla's catalog is up there with Nicki Minaj. She can go toe to toe with Nicki Minaj. Then he see, Charlemagne, like I said, Charlemagne is a troll, and Charlemagne was having 3 different conversations in one. This was the day before yesterday, but today they cleared it up because everybody was on social media talking about it, and Charlemagne kind of switched up what he said. He said, "I don't care about albums. I'm talking about right now." He's saying Glow is hotter than Nicki Minaj right now. Glorilla has songs on the charts on Billboard. This is what he said today. But originally, he was basically saying that Glorilla's catalog can go up against Nicki Minaj's catalog. All right. So let's take a listen. Now, I'm going to be pausing and unpausing, pausing and unpausing, because I don't want to get copyright claim on my channel. I've gotten them before because of playing Breakfast Club stuff. So bear with me.
Against Nicki's? No. It's a good one. Absolutely.
She does have joints.
Yeah, she does have joints, but
Does she have
she
though,
ain't
Yes,
got enough.
Glorilla, a lot of
yet.
you gotta think Glorilla just put out her debut album last year, but she's got a bunch of mixes that are like albums.
Okay.
Like, I think all of that FNF and Tomorrow, that was on mixtape.
Sorry, y'all.
mixtape project.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think she's been around long enough.
So Jess and Lauren were basically saying, like, how could you even, like, she hasn't been around long enough in comparison to Nicki. You're comparing, and even DJ Envy, he said, you know, Nicki Minaj has had a 15-year head start. And he said he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about how many albums Nicki Minaj has had in the past. He's talking about song for song, right? Then he said, I'm talking about right now. So again, him being a troll, he knew that this was going to get social media talking about him. He knew that he knows exactly what he's doing. Charlamagne knows what he's doing. He's very good at playing dumb. And he's very good at pretending to be this, you know, healed, mentally stable intellect. He knows exactly what he's doing. The moment he mentioned Nicki Minaj's name, I said to myself, here we go. And here we are talking about it. So much so that everybody's talking about it. Let me move on.
It's going on versus rules, right? Right. 20 for 20. You be like, damn, I Glo got some joints right here.
So this is where he's saying that 20 songs of Glorilla's versus 20 songs of Nicki Minaj. And he was basically saying that somebody, a DJ, should get on Instagram and do a verses like how they did back in the day during the quarantine and play 20 of, you know, go back and forth between Glorilla's song versus Nicki's song and 20 songs each. Everybody was in an uproar. You know that Nicki Minaj's fans they don't even like Charlamagne anyway. They were not feeling what Charlamagne said. I just think this is stupid. And I hope Glorilla doesn't even respond to this, because all this is going to do is cause contention and commotion. Everybody knows that Glorilla is affiliated with Cardi B. They're close. They did a song together. They're cool. They support each other. So it's going to be that type of beef. You know, the Cardi B, Glorilla versus Nicki Minaj. It's so old. It's so dumb. And I hate the fact that Charlamagne did this, because he knows exactly what he is doing. So as far as competing, I don't think either one of them are competing with the other. Glorilla is a newer artist. Nicki Minaj is a more seasoned, established artist. Nicki Minaj is completely different from Glorilla. There is no need to compare the two. Nicki Minaj is not posting online. She doesn't have a single out. Nicki Minaj is somewhere minding her business. And here it is. Her name is being brought up. See, like, this is the stupid stuff that people do that starts to incite unnecessary wars online. And then it turns nasty. You know, Glorilla somewhere minding her business. She done been called ugly, and now she being compared to Nicki. Charlamagne knows what he's doing. Let's see what some of these comments got to say. Glo has 9 out of 10 hits. Nicki has like 14. No features included. Look it up. I love Glorilla and I don't like Nicki, but even I think this is a reach. Nicki is a veteran. Right. Nicki is a veteran. How the hell you gonna compare? Whatever. Charlamagne knew what he was doing. Not this soon in her career, and that's okay. I think she can grow to that point. LMAO. I'm love Glo, but come on. Nicki catalog is way bigger than Glo, so no. First of all, you're talking about Nicki Minaj's albums. What about Nicki Minaj's mixtapes? People oftentimes forget about the mixtapes. Why? Charlamagne is a wackadoo. He's an idiot. He knows exactly what the hell he's doing, trying to spark controversy, trying to get attention from the barbs as usual. Anywho, I hope they don't pay him a lick of attention. All right, up next, Cardi B. All right, so Cardi B recently sat down with Billboard. She's promoting her album. She has an album coming out, Am I the Drama? And yeah, Cardi, you know you the drama girl. So she is promoting. So she recently sat down with, I don't even know I've seen him before, but I don't know who the guy is. I watched the entire interview. It was like 30 minutes or so. It was cute. It was kind of corporate, but cute at the same time. She was being herself. So Cardi B defends her big 3 status in female rap. I do my job well. Listen, a lot of people don't like Cardi B, but she does her job well. She absolutely does. So let's get into this.
You know, earlier, 5 number 1 singles, 13 top 10, Grammy Award winning. Everybody was talking about the big 3. And then there's the big 3, of course, on the female side, you, Nicki, Meg. knowing your accomplishments, even without album number 2, why are you still in the big 3 of female rap?
It just because I feel it's because I do my job well. I do my job well. Like I do music very well. I take my time with music. Clearly, you can see I take my time with music. It's just something you got to ask the fans. Yeah. Like there's so many that come, there's so many that goes, and it's just like I'm still here. I don't know. I feel like I took a whole year. But damn, when was the last time I practically put a single? Like it was. I think I was.
Like what was?
Yeah, like what?
Red wig kicking down to my knees. No. Ooh, we can't get no strikes, child. Can't get no strikes.
I was like 2 months pregnant with my daughter. My daughter's about to be a year old. So it's like, we just gotta ask the fan, like, why me? Why y'all love me so much? Why y'all love my music so much? Y'all could downplay it. Y'all could downplay my accent. I don't know if because of my accent sometimes, but I really put a lot of thought in my stuff. And I really put a lot of time in it too. Like, I don't like to halfway anything. I don't like to half-ass nothing. Right. Nothing. I was like.
So there you have it. So listen, the interview was good. Like I said, I don't know who that guy is. Make sure y'all liking the video as y'all coming in, please. Thank you very much. That's your admission fee. Thank you. I think that Cardi deserves to be at the top. I definitely feel that Meg, Cardi, and Nicki are the big 3 in female rap. I mean, the success, the quality work, it speaks for itself. So she also went on to talk about, I wish I had that clip, but she was asked about, the Grammys. And she said that a lot of people try to downplay the Grammy Award, but they still submit their music, and she pointed out that a lot of people accused her of the reason why she won a Grammy is because of her record label. And then she pointed out that there was somebody that was on the show that she had with, she had a show with Offset where they were trying to find talent. I never saw it. I heard of it, but I didn't watch it. And he was pretty much an unsigned artist, I think he was. And he submitted his music. And he had no major label backing him. So she used that as an example. So she said, everybody wants it. And, when they don't get it, that's when they start to downplay it. I agree with her. A lot of people do that. Oh, the Grammys don't mean nothing when, your favorite artist doesn't win a Grammy. It's like, oh, they don't matter anyway. But when they win a Grammy, it's like, oh yes, that they got a Grammy. At least they got a Grammy. So I agree with her on that. She talked about a couple of other things as well. The article reads, a major source of her confidence comes from the continued demand for her music. Cardi also highlighted her career longevity as proof of her place in the big 3. She pointed out that many artists rise quickly but fade, while she has maintained a consistent presence and influence in the industry. Her dedication to her craft also sets her apart from the rest. She said, y'all can downplay my accent, but I really put a lot of thought in my stuff. I don't like to do anything half-ass. I don't like to half-ass nothing. So I'm not going to act like Cardi works hard. She works hard. And there are a lot of people that don't like her. Fine. However, I find it very interesting that a lot of the people who claim that they don't like Cardi, now you can witness this all over social media, Twitter specifically, because I'm always on Twitter, right? There are a lot of pages and people who have pages and give commentary that claim they quote unquote don't like Cardi. They're not a fan of her. She's a bird. She can't speak English. She's corny. All these things they say. But I lie to you not. I have witnessed this firsthand. When I tell you that whenever there's an update pertaining to anything that she's got going on, brands, music, where her music charts on Billboard, I lie to you not. I've witnessed this myself. These very same pages report so much updates on Cardi. You would be surprised how many of these pages I don't follow. And I find out, oh, Cardi B dropping this, or Cardi B's collabing with this, or she did a post on this, or she did from these hate pages. These not hate pages, but pages that claim that they don't like Cardi. No lie, I witnessed it myself on Twitter. So I don't understand why they care so much. Even anticipating her second album, I don't understand why there are a lot of people who don't like her who are anticipating her album. Why the heck would you be anticipating an album from someone you claim you don't like? So she along with the other female rappers get a lot of hate. Megan gets a lot of hate too. Nicki gets a lot of hate. You know, people have their faves. They choose sides. That's fine. But I do agree that the big three, Nicki, Cardi, and Meg, for sure. Can you imagine if they put all of their differences aside and all three of them did a song together? I don't ever see that happening. And this is why I used to say female rap beef is not lucrative to the female rapper. It's not beneficial to the female rapper. In this game, in the music game, there's things that men can do that women can't do. And there's things that women do that men can't do. Men can beef and beef for years and years. Well, back in the day anyway. These rappers are different these days. Beef. And then next thing you know, they all collaborate on a big project or they collaborate on a business venture and about their grown man-ish and getting that money and giving the people what they want, giving them good music. We've seen that throughout history. What female artists, female rappers have done that? Let me know. You know, maybe I'm not privy to certain things, but can you imagine if Nicki, Cardi, and Megan the freaking Stallion got on a track together and all three of them bodied a track with somebody singing the hook? I don't know, Sierra or maybe Rihanna. You know how fire that would be? But like I said, it ain't gonna happen. And it's unfortunate because sometimes a lot of the fans and the supporters, they just ruin things for everyone. I'm looking forward to Cardi B's second album. I just I'm a hip hop head, so I'm a fan of music. I want to see what she's gonna come out with. So some of the comments, Cardi is a popular celebrity and do have some hits and is very entertaining, but she's not a top 3 rapper in my opinion. Okay, that's fine. That's their opinion. You know who the big 3 really is? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I know. Okay, thank you. I know that's right. And I agree with that. Okay. Only has one album. You know what's crazy? Cardi B has one studio album, but she has hella mixtapes. So she has a lot of projects before she put out Invasion of Privacy. Lauryn Hill had one solo studio album. She did 2 albums with the Fugees, but her solo album. So it's like, oh, she only got one album. But like she said in her interview, she put out a lot of music. So I don't like, where are these rules coming from? She only put out one album. What does that mean? She put out hella music in between that first album and now getting ready to come out with her second album. So it's like, when you don't like someone, you will nitpick. People will nitpick every single thing. When they don't like you, they'll find everything wrong with what you do. Okay, someone said there are no big 3 rappers. It's just Nicki. No, that's just a little bit biased. No shade, but she really don't have enough songs to be considered top 3 rappers. I don't want to hear about the accolades. I'm saying her as a rapper, not enough songs. I respect it. People have mixed feelings, and you're entitled to your opinion. That's nothing to fight about, in my opinion. All right, let's move this train along. Speaking of Glorilla, so Young Thug decided to, well, let me not say he decided to. Young Thug's jail calls are being released. Okay, I don't know who he pissed off. And yes, these jail calls are public record. Anyone can retrieve them. He's no longer incarcerated and it's open to the public. But he pissed somebody off and they have been releasing his jail calls left and right. Now, I did post a video on the channel. Make sure you check it out. I'm not going to stay on this too long because I would prefer you go and check out the video that I posted about this in particular. Okay. So Young Thug during his phone call with Mariah the Scientist, who's his girlfriend, he is being heard calling Glorilla ugly as F. Okay. I said in my previous video that when I heard him talking about her facial features, mind you, he's saying these things to his girlfriend on a jail call. All right. Talking about her wig, her face, her teeth, her mouth. You're noticing all of her features, right? I said, yeah, he must have tried to holler at her. And then he also said to his girlfriend on the jail call, I would never pursue her. Who says that to their girlfriend? Anyway, So Glorilla then came out and basically said this was the dude that was trying to basically he was in her blowing up her phone trying to find out what color her eyes were. So he tried to holler at her, just as I thought. And then he issued an apology. Glorilla, I'm sorry to you. I never attacked girls. I was in jail and I was going through a hard time. Glorilla hasn't responded since. So I thought that this was really funny. You know, a lot of people started talking about Young Thug's physical appearance. I'm not going to do that because I just think that I always have thought that that's just low budget, low brow when people call people ugly. And I just think it's weird. But yeah, so here's what people had to say. Mind you, Mariah just light skinned because she really looked like the people, oh boy, from Whoville. I can't wait for the call where he's talking about Mariah with other women. Oh, when a man randomly start talking bad about another woman, he wants her. See, as soon as I heard the call, I said, yeah, he likes her. He likes her.
I will not pursue her at all, ever. Man, watch out. Watch out. That's man. All the shit I seen about her. Seen a video of walking past. That big ass mouth, just like always laughing, looking at that. She look funny. She look funny. Man, the girl look funny, man. Who the hell who trying to smack this? Man, you got me thinking like Trippie Redd or some shit and trying to hit her. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no.
That's Mariah laughing.
Because this girl.
Anyway, like I said, I did a whole video on my channel about it. I don't really care about what Young Thug got going on. He did apologize, and that was the right thing to do, because he looks stupid calling Glorilla ugly when she exposed the fact that you was trying to holler at her. And then why are you telling your girlfriend this? And Mariah, she's just so dense. Maybe she doesn't care, or maybe she knows what's up. You so dense, you're not even catching the red flags. Mind you, during the conversation, he brought Glorilla's name up. Nobody was talking about her. He started talking about her out of nowhere. Okay. That would have been a red flag to me. I would have been like, well, why are you worrying about what she looked like? What you mean you wouldn't pursue her? Like, do they have an open relationship? Because I would have been like, what pursue her? Like, who was talking about pursuing anybody? Trust me, these dudes will tell their girls anything to make them continue to be stupid. To be stupid. A dude will tell you, yeah, man, I don't like her. She ugly. She this, that, and the third thing. I can't stand her. Whole time trying to holler at her. Just to make their girlfriend think that there's nothing wrong. And here it is. Glorilla exposed that basically he was blowing her phone up. Yeah, that's why he apologized. Anyway, Jeffrey, get your life together. Okay? Jeffrey, get your life together. And then he was also talking about like Gunna. He was talking about everybody. Okay. Meanwhile, what is Gunna doing? Let's take a look at what Gunna is doing. He called Gunna a rat and all types of stuff. Meanwhile, Gunna is out here trying to better the community, y'all. Look at what Gunna got going on. Look. Gunna is out here hosting a Wanna Run 5K in partnership with his nonprofit organization. He is trying to get everybody fit, trying to motivate people. He was in the gym motivating his workout group. Gunna is doing his thing, okay? Somebody said Jeffrey might as well get a partnership with Boost Mobile. I can't. I love the level up. When Gunna was locked up for that little, or detained or what have you, he got out. He was working on his music. He was working on himself. He absolutely looks great. Listen, y'all want to call Gunna a rat, so be it. It is what it is. He is bettering his life and he is staying out of trouble. And I absolutely, positively respect it. We don't need any more black men glorifying the streets. We don't need any more black men being a victim of the streets, because the streets don't give a damn about you. Okay. And this is a great segue into the next freaking story. Speaking of the streets don't give a damn about you. Look at Boosie's son. Okay. This is footage of Tootie Raw, Boosie's son, running and trying to hide from the cops. Okay, he tried to flee from the officers and they caught him. So the 21-year-old artist, son of Baton Rouge legend Boosie Badass, was reportedly found with multiple illegal firearms, including a Glock handgun outfitted with a switch. This device that converts a semi-automatic pistol into a fully automatic weapon. Authorities have not yet openly discussed the case at the time of this writing. In the video, Tootie Raw is seen bolting into a wooded area as officers give chase. Within moments, police apprehend him, place him in handcuffs, and escort him to a waiting patrol car. Can you believe this? Look at this. Boy. That's your legacy, Boosie. There you go. Thank you to whoever sped up the video. What are you doing with that type of weapon? 21 years old. And Boosie just recently, what did he plead? He had a gun charge as well, and he decided to just like turn himself in. So he's awaiting sentencing. I think he's going to be sentenced in October or November. Child, that's not all. Charleston White is involved in this. Okay, some way, somehow. Let me pull up this next screen. Oh, y'all just love this ghetto-ish. Boosie, you got a lot of things to your son is out here wilding. So Boosie's son Tootie Raw was arrested in Atlanta on gun charges. Charleston White claims he is responsible for getting him arrested. Y'all listen to this.
TMZ, Tootie Raw, Lil Boosie's son, I just put his ass in jail. I told his baby mama don't be talking that goddamn shit to me. I knew that boy had that switch in it. Cause you know they get him over there. I get him 10 years of that bitch. Yo, boy, Tootie Raw, breaking news. I just got to Atlanta. I got Tootie Raw ass arrested within 2 hours of stepping foot on Atlanta soil. I told y'all I was gonna get him. I told y'all, say this, somebody gonna get my bag. Somebody gonna get my police bag. I told this to you. I told you, you scared me. I'm not gonna come to Atlanta and try to do shows and Tootie Raw. Woody, you keep scaring me. I'm gonna revoke your probation. Man, don't scare me because you can't unscare me once you scare me. How you can't unscare a nigga once you done scared it? Say, listen, Boosie, I told you I was gonna get that boy to crash out. You should have told your funk ass baby mama, you Boosie. The only reason I keep it comical and just don't go in because you smart. Y'all get on there and break it. Know how they know me. But your son been harassing me, Boosie. He been calling my phone in the middle of the night. He been threatening me, talking about he can't wait to see me. He got on Academics page the other day, said he can't wait to see me. I got in Atlanta, and guess what I had to do? Have y'all got that boy yet? That's one of the first things I called. I called last night, and I had Miss Fannie Willis. Have y'all got that boy yet? He said, "No, we ain't got him yet, Charles, but he gonna do something." And lo and behold, guess what, man? What is Tootie doing riding around with a goddamn switch? Hanging with T.I., boy. That's what it was. Karma got Tootie, y'all. I'm telling you, make all you want got to do, young people. If you don't want karma to get you, turn right and go straight, motherfucker. Oh, man. Bullshit. You in trouble, your boy in trouble. Boy, I bet that pressure on your ass. God damn it, that pressure. Man, that pressure on nigga ass. He in trouble, and that boy in trouble. He in trouble.
So some people are saying that he's trolling. He didn't really have anything to do with this. You know, a lot of people don't like Charleston White because they say he's a rat or a snitch, rather. Not a rat, but a snitch. Somebody said, "I'd leave this ninja alone, bro, at this as F. Sound like T.I. charges before Crime Stoppers. I'm done." Charleston said that he didn't have nothing to do with it. Said it was just karma. Said it was karma, just FYI. You know, he's trolling. He always trolls. And he doesn't like Boosie whatsoever. But he did ask a good question. What the hell is that boy, 21 years old? What is he doing riding around with that heavy machinery? Who the hell you looking for? And this is not the first, if I'm not mistaken, this is not the first time that he's gotten locked up. Good job, Boosie. And I'm obviously I'm being sarcastic. You out here worrying about who's sleeping with who and all types of other stuff. You need to be getting a hold on your son. But then again, he's following your lead because you in trouble too. You got the same charge as he got. But you out here doing interviews on Vlad, talking about everybody else's situation, and see your home ain't straightened out. What the hell are you doing riding around with that heavy machinery? Thank God he didn't use it, because sometimes people be riding around with that heavy machinery and they just be looking for somebody to test them so that they can use it. What are you doing? 21. Child. But again, Charleston White was trolling, they said, and they don't think that he had anything to do with it. Y'all love this ghetto street life. I absolutely will never understand why. Why? Boosie, you are a poor example of a parent. Yeah, I get it. You in your kid's life and you take care of your kids and stuff, but you're a piss poor example. I said what I said. Moving along. This guy, let me tell you something. Diddy really is the definition of can't stop, won't stop. Because when I tell you that this man is trying everything, he is milking he is making his lawyers work day and night. So Diddy demands an acquittal or a new trial again. He claims that prosecutors misuse the definition of prostitution. Okay. So Diddy says that his Mann Act conviction should be thrown out because prosecutors applied the wrong legal standard for prosta. Let's just call it prosta. In new court filings, he argues that the government relied on a modern definition of prosta rather than the one intended when the law was enacted in 1910. According to TMZ, his legal team says that the original statute defined prosta as a woman who had sex outside of marriage, while today's interpretation centers on sex for money transactions. Diddy claims, you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not even mad at him. Of course he wants to get the hell out of jail. And I'm pretty sure he is paying a pretty penny for them damn lawyers. And he making them mofos work. You hear me? He is telling them, y'all better leave no stone unturned. Diddy claims that this shift unfairly influenced the outcomes of his case. He also disputes allegations that he paid male escorts to sleep with his girlfriends, insisting they were compensated only for their time. I'm just a voyeur, he states, maintaining that his actions fall outside the law's intent. Diddy is asking the court to acquit him or grant a new trial. His sentencing is currently set for October 3rd. I mean, he pretty much filmed these hired people, if you know what I'm saying, to do with his girlfriends. He didn't actually engage in any, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not making no excuses for Diddy whatsoever, okay? But I mean, I'm saying the law is the law. So this could be a loophole. What do you guys think? Do you think that he will be granted a new you think that he'll be acquitted? I don't think this judge cares for him at all. And I don't think I don't know. He has a good point though. He definitely has a good point, but I just don't think that the judge is going to for it. Absolutely not. I wanted to talk about Sierra. You guys heard that Sierra added Wilson to Little Future's name. So that's his other last name is Wilson, which is the last name of Russell Wilson, who is Sierra's husband, but not Little Future's biological father. But I'm gonna do a separate video on that because I have a lot to say, and we already almost at an hour in this video. So yeah, I think I'm gonna save that for another video. So make sure you guys check that out on the channel whenever I upload that. If you're watching the replay, please be sure to like the video. For those of you that came in and showed love and support, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Hopefully, I will see you again next week, Friday, live. Be sure to check out the other content on the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, Royal family members. So I'm just working on some things, trying to figure some things out as far as the channel is concerned. So just if you don't get your notifications, because I know some people don't get their notifications all the time, just check the channel. That's what I usually do when I watch a lot of some of my YouTubers and I don't get notifications all the time. I just go to their channel just to see if they uploaded anything. All right. Well, I wish each and every one of you a splendid rest of your Friday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Be on the lookout for the video about Sierra. I'm definitely going to be dropping that soon. Also, if you haven't seen the video of Glorilla and Young Thug, I did a video that's already up on the channel as well. Make sure you share your comments and thoughts in the comment section. All right, y'all, I am signing off. Okay. Don't worry, but because I'll be back, and I love you, love you, love you for watching. And as always, until next time, I will talk to you later.